Hey everybody, welcome back. Kovak here, and for this one, I'd like to go over what I believe to be the top 10 best pets added into Shadowlands. Now, with Dragonflight just around the corner, I figured I'd give a little bit of a highlight to some of the better pets in this meta. Quite a bit of pets that I use quite regularly. Some most more than others, but all of these pets have performed very, very well in this current meta, whether it's me using them or other people using them against me. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. So first up here we have the Spinebug. Now the Spinebug here, a very fast undead, so it's quicker than stuff like Fiendish Imps. As far as getting the Spinebug, it is a treasure, so not too sure if it's like a drop from something of that sort. You can get it off the auction house. It's not that expensive there, so pretty damn good stuff. What makes the Spinebug particularly good is that it is a fantastic setting up pet. So you can bring it in. It's going to be faster than most things, unless if they're like a flyer or something like, Maw Crawler with 341 speed or higher. You bring it in, throw up a Dazzling Dance, and then you can return to rest into a pet that you want to go into with the lowest health HP, of course. Now, the moveset that I normally run on Spinebug is going to be Bone Bite, Dazzling Dance, Return to Rest. That's kind of your bread and butter there. He is very low attack power, so something like Tail Slap is hitting for almost 200 damage. So that's very, very low, so I don't recommend taking that. I highly recommend Bone Bite, so you can have that for them pesky humanoids such as the Fiendish Imp. Bone Prison, I'd stay away from that. Dazzling Dance, of course. Squeeze isn't half bad, but I will only recommend using that if you're using it on something like a Clone Dance team. That way you could deal extra damage with Squeeze up under Cleansing Rain or something of that sort. Return to Rest is probably the best ability that it's got going for it, because like I said, you can Dazzling Dance and then swap into a low health pet, something like a Maw Crawler, for example. Moontouch, Another Whelp is one that I use with the Spinebug quite a bit. Jingles is another good example. Various things. Lost Quill, there's another one. There's endless options that you could pair this thing up with, and it will do very fantastic. Really damn good pet. Got it on 20 teams, and not very hard to get. I don't think it was that expensive on the auction house if you're not able to find it for yourself. So yeah, next up we have the Maw Crawler. I was just now talking about him a second ago. Really damn good pet here. Again, it's a bit of a drop from Torghast. Again, I don't know if it's like from a chest or something, but it is very, very inexpensive on the auction house. So very easy to get for yourself there. Two breeds available to it. The SS breed is going to be the one that you're going to want to go with, obviously. You are 341 speed, so you're going to outspeed things like, Spinebug, Fiendish Imp. What else? Not Ore-Eater, you're actually the same speed as Ore-Eater, just various fast things that you probably normally wouldn't outspeed. Build definitely we're going to want to go with is Deep Claw, Tornado Punch. I highly recommend staying away from Grafts and Empowering Strikes, because that will reset if you swap out. And then Death Grip, of course, because on a faster pet, you can utilize that a much more efficiency. Or effectively, I should say. Not efficiency. Silly me. But yeah, Deep Claw, Tornado Punch, Death Grip, Tornado Punch, especially for those pesky dragonkin such as Twilight Clutch Sister, so that's very damn good there. Deep Claw is always great to have that, especially for damn Sunlight teams, and Death Grip, like I said, is very, very good on a fast pet. So yeah, moving on here, we have the Timeless Mechanical Dragonling. It is from their Time Walking. It's only 200 of the Time Walking badges, so very, very cheap. I think you can get it off the auction house. I never bought it off the auction house because I saw how cheap it was, so I just went out there and got it for myself. I think I actually have more than one, so that just should show you how damn easy it's going to be to get it. Now again, you do have to wait until, Time Walking, of course, for that. And then you go out into Daenerys, go over to the Caverns of Time specifically, and then look for that vendor right there with that name, and then 200 badges there. I can't remember. I think it's Battle for Azeroth time walking, something like that. That particular time walking specifically. And then there's also, a big guy outside who will drop him out too. So if you don't have that, then all the more reason to go and collect your little pet here, as well as get that mount. But aside from that mount, let's go back to Dragonling here. Only one breed available to it. It's really damn hard. Speed is not an issue there, and then pretty good health. Build that I normally run is Flame Breath, as it hits quite hard with its high attack power. Time Bomb, you can run Razor Talons too if you want to. It's essentially like Black Claw and a Kovak. But, Time Bomb's pretty damn good too. Does a lot of damage after 3 turns and stuns them. So really, either or you can go with. And then I highly recommend Decoy. Just a really, really fantastic ability there. Armageddon isn't half bad either, but I really don't recommend running that unless if you're like running him on a Call Lightning team. That way, whenever you go to do Armageddon, it'll do extra damage, and then I wouldn't run them with anything other than that. But yeah, Flame Breath, Time Bomb, Decoy is what I normally go with. These two right here are changeable if you'd like. But definitely recommend picking him up if you haven't already. Next up, we have Chompy here now. The biggest thing right off the bat that I'm sure most people can realize about Chompy is his absolute inflated stats there. There's just no way that a power type should have 345 attack power and still have, baseline health and damn good speed. Because normally a power type, if they have any sort of attack power over the baseline of 325, usually they're either going to have, lower than average health or very low speed. But in Chompy's case, he is kind of like a old school hermit crab, where he has very, very overinflated stats there, as you can see. So yeah, only one breed available to it. It is from some sort of daily, it looks like, from Korthia. However, you can buy it off the auction house. I don't remember how much it was, but I don't think it was anything too expensive. But yeah, damn good pet right here, flying type, so probably going to be going faster 9 times out of 10, of course, if they're a flying type who's faster than you. Now the build that I normally go with is this tier right here, with Chomp, Sludge Belch, and Toxic Fumes. Toxic Fumes don't really gotta go into real too-depth explanation there, just a damn good weather ability right there. And then Sludge Belch pairs very well up under Toxic Fumes, obviously, making that dot last next turn. Then Chomp just hits really, really damn hard. And something that flying types really struggle against are undeads, because, they're undead. The whole thing with flying undeads must be a new type. With flying types is that, they try to burst down the enemy as quick as possible before losing their racial, and undeads are able to effectively do that very well because, obviously they're undeads. They get that extra turn if they die. But in this case, you've got Chomp here, which is going to do a hell of a lot of damage to those pesky undeads. So yeah, that's the build I run there. Overinflated stats, damn good pet. Who knows, they might even change his stats up, but I don't see it run against me a whole lot, so maybe not. Now, next up we have Foundwing Buzzer. I talk about this pet a crap ton. Really damn good stuff right here. It is a low drop chance from Revanimus in the Maldraxxus. Hopefully I pronounced that name right. But if you can't get it to drop there, it is purchasable off the auction house. Now, I do remember spending quite a pretty penny on this pet. The prices may have gone down at some point up to this point, so who knows, you might even spend a lot less than I did. I think I spent something like 60k or something like that. But with it being a rare pet, it's, you really need the correct breed, so that makes it a little bit harder. So you're going to want the SS breed right there. So it was definitely worth every bit of gold there just to get the correct breed. But yeah, like I said, SS breed is one you're going to want to go with. because even after you lose your racial, you're going to be faster than 325 pets. You're going to be faster than the MPD, and then various other pets that are around that speed level. Build that I normally go with is Barb Stinger, Great Sting, and Wing Buffet. Really damn good stuff there. This pet pairs very well with pets like Anomalous and various other toxic fume users, such as Chompy. But yeah, Barb Stinger, you can run Bite if you want to, but Barb Stinger does have that chance to throw up that dot, and under toxic fumes, it will last an extra turn. And it almost does as much damage as Bite, so I figured just stay with Barb Stinger. Great Sting, just an absolute fantastic ability there, especially under toxic fumes. That way it lasts an extra turn, and it can stack with Poison Protocol, as they are technically two different types of poisons. So really damn good there. And then obviously Wing Buffet on a faster pet, you should be going faster 9 times out of 10, so very good stuff there. So yeah, all in all, very, very damn good pet right here. Now, next up we have the Violent Poultrid, a pet that I've been using quite a bit recently, and one of my favorite birds currently. It is the only Maul user who is not able to take great advantage over Maul, but also set up its own bleed, as every other Maul user is not able to set up their own bleed. Usually they have to have another pet do it for them with something like Rip, or, you know, another bleed type ability like that, but Violent Poultrid is the only one able to do that, with probably the best bleed ability in the game currently with Whirling Talons, as it will hit all of your enemy's pets, causing them to bleed for 4 rounds, and then, you know, obviously dealing some damage there. And again, once again, under toxic fumes, it is really damn good because it'll last an extra turn. So you bring in your Violent Poultrid. It's an SS breed, so you don't really have to worry about going second there. Really fast. You know, your enemy's pet comes in, you throw out Whirling Talons. Now all of their pets are bleeding, so they can't go, oh, well, you know, I will just swap out and then not get hit by that extra hitting Maul. Well, wrong, because all of your pets are bleeding, so regardless if they swap out, somebody's going to get hit with that additional 280 damage with Maul. Or even more than that if it crits, which is just extra icing on the cupcake there. So yeah, the build that you definitely want to go with is Peck, Maul, Whirling Talons. If you run anything else other than that, there is something wrong with you, and I highly recommend you get some therapy. But all kidding aside, really damn good pet here. Costs quite... Actually, no, I don't think it costs that much on the auction house. I was going to say it costs a pretty penny, but I honestly don't think I spent that much, and it is very much worth it. It is from Profession Protoform Synthesis, it looks like, in Shadowlands, but I highly just recommend buying it off the auction house. Really damn good pet right here. Highly recommend if you haven't grabbed it already. Now, next up we have Mudad here, an undead who runs toxic fumes. You can get him from the Covenant Necrolord, it looks like there. Again, you can buy him off the auction house. He's not that much. I don't remember him being that much. His breed is pretty damn good. Slow, which is okay for an undead. He has quite a bit of attack power and quite a bit of health. Now, unfortunately, there's another pet that looks almost identical to him, being Little Bomb, that has even more health and maybe slightly more attack power. I think they might have the exact same amount of attack power. But a Little Bomb doesn't have like toxic fumes and whatnot, so that's just unfortunate. I would love to have the stats on a Little Bomb on Mudad here, but that's okay because Mudad is still really damn good. Now the build that I usually run on him is going to be Creepy Chomp. You can run Plague Breath if you want to. It's going to be really good against stuff like Anomalous and whatnot, but I'll leave that up to you. Digest Brains just heals for a damn crap ton, especially with his high attack power, so that's pretty good there on a short 3-round cooldown. Meat Hook is okay, but on a slower pet, you're not really able to take that much advantage over it, but I mean, it's still okay for the most part. I just think Digest Brains is slightly better, and then obviously Toxic Fumes over Rot A Toxic Fume is just too damn good to pass up, and he pairs up very well with pets such as, Moontouch, Netherwell, Anomalous, the list goes on. So really good stuff here. Definitely recommend picking him up if you haven't already, and he only has one breed, so don't really have to look very hard there. Now, next up we have the archetype of Focus. Now, there are various pets that look just like the archetype of Focus here. They're just named something differently, and they look pretty different, but all of them, I think, have relatively the same moveset. So, if you're looking to get something like this, you don't have to settle with the archetype of Focus. There are... Oh, I know there's more than that, but like, for example, here's the Resonant Echo. If we search up here, yep, here we go. Various other ones here with the same abilities, but for right now, we're just going to settle with the archetype Focus here. Now, it is from Professions, just like, what was that other pet? Was it this? Violet Poultry there. Now, the thing with this pet and the various ones just like it is its little build right here with Sunlight and Light of Creation, which is an absolute busted combo, because you throw up Sunlight, yay, Sunlight, everyone's favorite, or I should say least favorite ability. So you got some AoE there, then you just throw out damn Light of Creation, and you can swap out while Light of Creation is up. The first turn is going to be restoring quite a bit there. Second turn it's a little bit less, and then the third is, the least amount. When those Sunlight, all of those heals are going to be buffed. And then, like I said, you could swap out. So if you have like a low health pet in the background that can survive a hit, you could totally swap into it, and it will get healed by whatever tick of heal Light of Creation's on. It's just an absolute damn busted move there. It's just, well, it's a busted combo, but that ability right there is just really damn good. Now, I usually run Beam. You can run Blink Strike if you want. It does have priority, but I figured just stick with Beam. Why not? 280 damage there, but again, your bread and butter with this pet and the various ones just like it is going to be Sunlight and Light of Creation. Like I said, just really, really damn good combo right there. Pretty toxic too, I must say. So, yeah, nothing more really to say there. Now, next up we have the Moontouch Netherwelt, one of my favorite all-time pets right now. It is the only pet on this list that is no longer obtainable, so unfortunately if you don't have it, I think it's too late for you. Now, there are going to be quite a few people who do have it, and to those who do, you got a really damn good pet right there. Like I said, one of my favorites. It's in 31 teams currently, performs very, very well in this meta, and I foresee it doing very well in Dragonflight as well. Unless they do something horrible to it, which I hope not. So, it is from the Blizzard's 30th anniversary thing. All you needed was the base edition in order to acquire the Moontouch Netherwelt. Now, again, like I said, I don't think it's no longer obtainable, but to those who do have it, it is a damn good pet. Now, the build that I normally run is Needle Claw, Void Slap, and Ashes of Outland. These other abilities are not bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just, my particular play style with this pet. Nether Blast, it will reset if you swap out. I tend to swap out with it quite a bit, so that's why I'd rather just go with Needle Claw. Phase Shift isn't bad. He's just not the fastest thing in the world, so yeah, I just prefer Void Slap. Very, very damn good ability there on a short 3-round cooldown. Does quite a bit of AoE. And then again, Nether Gate, again, not bad, but it would be better if he was just a little bit faster. But again, there are quite a bit of pets out there that you will outspeed with. So again, Nether Gate could still be pretty well. Ashes of Outland is just infinitely better. Now, thinking with Ashes of Outland, it does quite a bit of damage up front and then blinds the pet. Notice how I said blind and not stun. So if you have them on a team with a pet with like Clobber or, Crystal Prison, something like that, and they got the Resilience debuff on them, you could totally hit them with Ashes of Outland and it still will blind them because blinds are not affected by Resilience debuff. So really damn good stuff there. I just absolutely love this pet. Pairs very well on anomalous teams, toxic fumes teams, sunlight teams, clone dance teams, dreadful breath, you name it. I think the only one that it probably wouldn't do all that well on is, you know, like a darkness or sandstorm team, but even then, it would still probably perform very well because it's just that damn good. So yeah, Moontouch Netherweb. If you have it, fantastic. If you don't, very sorry to you. But yeah, just really love this pet. So last on our list here, we have the Lost Quill. Absolute fantastic pet, one of the better ones in this meta, and probably will perform very well in the next one as well. So very low health magic type, so it's able to take advantage of its racial better than a whole bunch of other magic types. It is a drop, it looks like, from the Lost Quill itself in Revendreth. Not too sure what that drop chance is. However, you can buy it off the auction house. Not too sure what the prices are looking like nowadays, as I've bought this pet quite a bit ago, sometime in the beginning of Shadowlands, so prices probably have changed. But yeah, it has Plot Twist Arcane Slash. I usually go with Arcane Slash because with that absolute quick 366 speed, you should be outspeeding most pets except flying types. If you have Dazzling Dance on Lost Quill, it actually will, funnily enough, outspeed some flying types with their racial intact. So pretty damn good there. Plot Twist is okay. It can take down stuff like decoys and bubbles in turn, so good stuff there. But Arcane Slash is just infinitely better. Let's see, Spectral Spine is okay, but Deep Research is just too damn good to pass up. So it's on a 5-round cooldown. You throw it up, and it basically is almost like a bubble. But the first round, after you throw it up, you can't do anything. It says right there that a user must spend 1 round researching, which essentially means that you're stuck in there for a turn. So there's a drawback there, but it is on a 5-round cooldown, so that's the benefit there. So again, just like a damn bubble. But if you throw Stay a While and Listen on them first, that will be on them for 2 rounds, so they'll be asleep. So they either just stay in for those 2 rounds or swap out. You should be able to get up Deep Research, and then hopefully they won't take it down there because you can swap out with it. So if you're able to successfully get up Deep Research and still have both charges intact, you can totally swap out with it just like you can with Bubble. So pretty damn good there. But yeah, Stay a While and Listen. It is a 2-round sleep on a 5-round cooldown. Really damn good ability here. It works just like the turkey's food coma. Had to think of the ability for a second there. Does the exact same thing. Puts the pet asleep for 2 rounds. Now again, just like I said, Stay a While and Listen, and food coma work just like stuns, where you'll throw it on them and they get resilience for, I think, actually 3 turns instead of 2. But again, if you have a blind pet like Sneaky Marmot or Moontouch Netherweb with Ashes of Outland, Death Adder Hatchling is another good example, it will still blind the pet even with 3-round resilience. So really damn good stuff there. But yeah, build, like I said, Arcane Slash, Deep Research, Stay a While, Listen. Really damn good stuff. One of the better pets in this meta. I absolutely love it, and quite a bit of other people tell me that as well. So yeah, definitely recommend picking this up if you haven't for whatever reason already. So yeah, I think that will do it for this one. Again, my top 10 pets that were added in Shadowlands. Now, if you're curious about all the pets added in Shadowlands, if you have the pet Journal Enhance add-on, you could just go to filters here and go to expansion and go to Shadowlands, and it will list all of them. That's where I was able to form this list there, so in case if anyone was wondering. Now there are a lot of other fantastic pets added to Shadowlands. Of course, this is just my top 10 personal opinions, so keep that in mind, and also be sure to let me know down in the comments what you think were some of really damn good pets that were added to this expansion that were not listed here. I'd love to know your opinion on that. So yeah, like I said, top 10 added to Shadowlands, And then whenever Dragonflight comes out, after a while, I probably will do another, top 10 list like this. So we'll see. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, until next time, have a nice day.